really not interested in going into a bidding war. This is all I'm willing to offer, and I'm not going to overpay for the property. I'm just going to wait for the market to crash because we're clearly in a bubble here and it's got to burst. Sound familiar? Let's chat about what the cost of waiting means when it comes to real estate on this week's Baby Pulse. So you've heard the phrase cost of waiting, but what exactly does that mean? Simply put, it is the cost associated to you for delaying your purchase when it comes to home ownership. So let's dig a little deeper. There are forces at play here that directly impact your cost of waiting, and they are inflation and interest rates, right? Two of the biggest forces when it comes to home ownership. So what is inflation and why does that affect you? Inflation, simply put, is when the cost of something goes up and your money in hand does not hold the same weight anymore. So why does that affect you when it comes to home ownership? It's obviously because the money that you have been saving as these prices keep going up for these homes, the money that you have saved can only be stretched so far. Let me give you another example. I was in the market, still in the market, looking for a car. Right? I looked last year, I'll be honest, very minimal effort on my part because of supply chain issues, production issues, microchip issues, all of the issues. And so of course it came to a halt. But I can tell you that the money that I saved up to buy this car is nowhere close to what the price of the vehicle is this year today. It has in fact gone up, if you can imagine. That too, cars, a depreciating asset for the most part. Right? So yes, the climate that we're working in right now, where lumber costs are so high, new construction costs are so high, all of that affects how far you can stretch your dollar, and inflation is a huge force when it comes to that. So inflation is a force that affects you in your cost of waiting. You're gonna need to factor in inflation in those costs. Oh, and with the car thing, I'm open to sponsorship opportunities, so just let me know how we do that. So now that we're on the same page when it comes to inflation, let's talk about interest rates. Why would interest rates matter? Why are interest rates such a hot topic today? I can tell you from buying or selling real estate in the last 10, 15 years, our interest rates are quite low. They're saying historic lows. And actually at the start of this pandemic, they were a lot lower. They have crept up a bit, but they are still extremely low. So why would that matter as a buyer? Of course, it's for your purchasing power. So let's think about it. The rate at which you're making these monthly payments at a lower interest rate means you're actually keeping your monthly payments the same or relatively the same, but you can purchase more. Right? I was gonna say purchase a bigger home, but really that's not the case. It just means you have more purchasing power, which means you can afford a home that's more expensive because your monthly payments will still remain relatively low in comparison to your interest rate and the amount that you have been lent, etc., etc. So the inflation rate and the interest rates combined together are really fueling our serious home buyers in our market to keep going and secure home ownership. If home ownership is your goal, then you need to play the game. And how do you play it in a market like today? You're going to have to outbid all of the other offers to secure the property. In a seller's market like today, like the one that we're in, where we do have lower inventory, you are going to need to beat all of the other multiple offers on a property to secure the home. Only one person can walk away with that home. And I hope it's you, but you're gonna need it to be you. But in order for it to be you, you are going to need to beat all of the other offers, which means you'll have to see the value in home ownership and what it can do for you. You know, we've spent so much time talking about how this is a seller's market, and it is. There's no way around it. We don't have enough inventory for the demand. So that is your classic seller's market. But can we take a moment to acknowledge the success of our buyers? Even in the last year, the buyers that paid a premium for a home already reaping the benefits and seeing the benefits of homeownership because they have seen that growth in appreciation. And that needs to be acknowledged. In fact, one could argue that that was a buyer's market for them because they've already reaped the benefits of appreciation. So anyway, when it comes to the market that we're in, I too, of course, on a personal note, am hoping for a more balanced market because I would like to see more success for not only my clients, but all of you, with experts telling us that it's going to take over 1 million units to satisfy the demand on our Ontario housing market. I do feel that the cost of waiting for those 1 million units are going to far outweigh the benefit to waiting. So if you've got questions, reach out to your expert, okay? Reach out to your real estate advisor, reach out and get answers, because I can tell you if there's confusion or fear when it comes to taking a step, having that knowledge really arms you to make an informed decision, and home ownership should be one of them. And if you think of anyone that can benefit from this talk on inflation, interest rates, or the cost of waiting, then be a friend and send them this video. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found some value here. I'll see you again next week on yet another VP Pulse.